everyone, my name is Mikayla.Snow and today I'm going to be doing my first ever Q&A. I asked you guys a couple videos ago to ask me questions in the comments using the hashtag AskMikayla.Snow or on Twitter and Instagram if you guys would like to use those. So I haven't really read any of the comments yet, so everything will be like first impressions, speed round, fast, I don't know what it's called, but really fast. And so let's get started. And since all of the comments are from the How to Curl Your Hair Without Heat video, I'll be using the YouTube Studio app on my phone to be able to look at all those comments. What is the worst thing about being a business owner? So the worst thing for me is just, I don't know, I love it a lot. It's all like the business side of that is kind of like, But other than that, I really love it. And just like knowing that I'm the only one that could do my job as proficient and as politely as anyone. No one else in the world can do the job that I do as well as I do it. So that is a good thing about it. I guess there's not really anything bad. Next questions. What is something you don't like about your life? This is a random question, but I always get the hiccups. Like, so often that everyone around me will notice that I get them, but I'll just be hiccuping away and I won't even realize. That's a thing I guess I don't like. Another thing is I get goosebumps all the time. Like, I'm always an odd temperature, so I get goosebumps because I'm cold, and then everything's goosebumps all the time. And the last thing is this little hair right here. I hate him so much. I don't know what his life is, why he does this to my life, but he's there. If you guys watched the surprise visit from Jake Roper video, this little guy was there too, and he just likes to wreck my life. Okay, next question. What is one thing you don't like about vlogging? Getting kicked out of places. I really never get kicked out, I guess. Just getting like asked to stop vlogging. But I mean, like, you're a public place. I don't know. Anyways, there's all sorts of rules about vlogging in public, but for the most part, no. Okay. What is your favorite kind of accent? I like accents that I can understand because then I don't want to be like, oh, what, excuse me, like, what did you say again? I like that I can understand them. So that's mostly anything. But if I can't understand you, like, I still love that too because they just sound so cool, like, and so different and just neat, you know? So Mikayla, I heard you were in California. What was one thing that you really liked that was different from California than New Mexico? And so something that I liked about California is even though the traffic was crazy awful, one thing I really liked that I noticed that was different was that the speed limit is printed like on the road, like in paint. And in New Mexico we just have the signs, but it was nice to see like, hey, this is the speed you're supposed to be going. Can you recall anything scary that happened to you when you were younger? Okay, so my first day of kindergarten, my dad had drove me to school just because, you know, that's the thing they do in kindergarten and help you like, oh my gosh, there's a fly or something, a moth in my light box, and I just saw his little body crawl on like, oh my gosh, it's doing it again! I got a little Snapchat. Can you see it? It's just like, I don't like that. I guess since I haven't been home filming, there's been bugs in my light box. That is the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. Okay, back to the story. So my dad dropped me off at school, you know, whatever, and then I was supposed to take the school bus back home, but my school bus like didn't know where to put a kindergarten when you like get out of the bus. And so I had known what street I lived on, so I like told whoever like, oh, I live on this street, and they're like, oh, well, we have that stop right here. Oh my gosh, it keeps moving and it's so scary. I think it's a fly because it's doing a little thing with his fans. Anyways, so I told the person like, oh yeah, my house is on blah 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 street, and they're like, oh, we have a stop there, and I was like, oh cool. So it turns out the stop that I was not supposed to get off at was across another street. So it had the same name as my street, but it wasn't my street. It's so scary. And so I got off at the wrong bus stop, and I was just like this little baby kindergartner, like just like, oh, I'm at the wrong stop. The bus left, I'm here at the wrong stop, like ways away from my house. And then so another kid had gotten off, and he was just like chilling at the bus stop, and I was like, okay, what do I do? But then his mom and his little sister like came to come pick her up. I remember it was this very nice lady, and she had this stroller, and her like little child was in there. And like fortunately they had like these little tags like, oh, my name is Mikayla and I'm in kindergarten and this is where I live, or like my stop or something, like the stop that I'm supposed to get off at. And so I guess nobody cared to look at my tag when I was getting off the bus, like, hey, this girl doesn't belong here. This 5-year-old doesn't supposed to get off, I don't know. And so she looked at my tag and she was like, oh my gosh, sweetie, like, you got off at the wrong stop. And I was like, oh, I know, I just live way over there, and like we just gotta cross that crazy busy street to get to my house. And she's like, oh no, we can't do that. So we like walk, I don't even remember how many blocks, like a lot of blocks down to like where my tag said to get off. because that's like where my bus stopped, because it was, I don't know. Anyways, so then she like took me there and took me home to my parents, and I just remembered my parents being so grateful, because it's a crazy world out there, and to have like your little sweet little baby off into the world, thrown off like by itself where it wasn't supposed to belong, is just terrifying to me. I couldn't imagine. But she was so sweet. Another thing I remember is that my mom would like go send her roses all the time, and it was just so sweet of her to like care enough to be like she could have easily just like left me on the curb, like gone back inside her house and just, but it's just so sweet, and I'm forever grateful to this lady, which I don't even know her name. She just saved my life all those years ago. Okay, next question. Have you ever been in a relationship and had a really bad breakup? Nope. Nope. Can you do a fan meetup? I kind of did one at Vidcon because a couple of you recognized me, and I was like, oh my gosh, is this your life? It was at a panel for Beauty and the Brand. I didn't stay for the whole panel because I had to go to another thing. So I met a couple of you there, which was super sweet, and you're so nice and like so cute. What is your ethnicity and race? Thank you for saying ethnicity and not being like, oh, what race are you? I am actually Hispanic. I wouldn't show it by my skin tone, I guess. My family is bilingual and we can speak Spanish and stuff, so that's pretty cool, I guess. But I'm pretty fair-skinned compared to like my mother and my father. From TF.Snow. YouTube has this thing where you can check out like who interacts the most, and this guy, like #1 always. So thank you so much for always being so supportive and commenting on my videos and just being so nice and appreciative. Thank you. Another question, who let the dogs out? Hashtag ask Mikayla.Snow. Funny question here. So, I don't even know. So we were trying to get my internet fixed because it's just terrible. Like, it's the worst speeds ever. I think it's like 10 down and like 0.7 up, which is like, ew, the worst possible. And well, I was at 0.1 for a long time, but then I got a new router and that fixed that. So they came, CenturyLink people came to check the lines, like they're right over there outside. Oh, anyways, so they came to check the lines, and so they had called one day and said, oh, we're gonna be here this day. And so I actually had to miss one of my like a big family event to stay home to make sure like they could get in. And then like all of the hours went by and they never came, and so that was really disappointing because I could have been able to like see my family and spend time with them, but I couldn't because I was waiting for someone who would never come. And then so they scheduled another date, and so like that was fine, they like showed up, whatever, but somehow the gate to my backyard didn't get closed, and so my dog Brutus got out, and he's like gigantic chow chow, and he's beautiful and white, and I was like, oh my god, what's the... And so he was missing for about a week, which was terrifying. Like, we went all over. We even went to like deep Albuquerque because someone had reported seeing a white chow there, but we had gone and it wasn't him, it was some other chow. It was a whole mess trying to find him, but eventually our neighbors saw a Facebook post that we posted, and that post got like 300 shares, which was crazy, from like random people like we don't even know, and it was just so sweet for everyone to help like get the message to get the message out, because that's how we found him, you know, through Facebook. This guy's wife saw the post, and the story is crazy, but ended up a week later we got my dog back, and I'm just so happy he's home. He was so skinny because he didn't get to eat anything. He was just lost and not where he was supposed to be. But he's all better now. It's been I don't know, it's been since that video was posted, that's when he kind of was out. But he's back home now, and I just love him so much, and I'm so glad I get to see him every day when I get home, and I just feel so much better knowing that he's here. Anyways, I'm sorry, that was a long question for a long answer for a silly question. Do you think you'll ever meet with Jake again? I'll have all the VidCon videos up, and then this video, and then the rest of the California videos. I think that's how I'm gonna plan to do this. But I did see him at VidCon, which was really super nice, and I got to see Vanessa, and I love her. Oh my gosh, such a sweetheart. And Jake too, it was so nice to see them. And I also got to see Michael and Kevin. If you haven't seen that, I'm pretty sure it's in my VidCon Day 2 video, so you can go check that out. It was so nice meeting them and having them like have that like aha moment of, oh, this is the girl from Jake's vlog. That was really cool. But it was so nice to see him, and hopefully in the future I'll get to see him again. This hair, why? Question 2, or not question 2, what am I saying? I've done Way more. I need new lights for taping. Where did you get your softbox from? So my softbox that currently has a fly in it because it's crazy, I got it off Amazon. I actually bought it in 3 separate parts just because I found that would be the cheaper way. So I bought the light stand, light bulb mount head, and then the softbox box. And if you just type those into Google, you'll find them and just kind of do like some price hunting to see which one's cheaper. That's really what I did. What kind of music do you like? I like, it's really, I don't know. That's a good question. It stumped me. I guess I'll do my top favorite artist. I really like Ed Sheeran. I like a lot of his old stuff that most of you will never even heard of, like Songs I Wrote with Amy, Loose Change, all those albums. I know he like did a collaboration of albums currently, which I was kind of bummed out because like all my secret little songs are no longer secret because they're in an album, but that was a good one. And to be completely honest, and it's kind of embarrassing, if you go to my iPod and my phone and go under Ed Sheeran, I have 102 songs of him and 15 albums, and I mean, like, I'm pretty sure he doesn't have that many albums released yet or anything. I don't know if you guys have heard the Nando song, Feet Example. That I love that song. It's just really silly. And the Terrible song, what else? Diary is like my favorite song ever. Grow Back, Hold On. Hold On is actually, even my dad cries sometimes, I think. I don't know, he changed that one to put on Multiply. Anyways, I really like Nightmares with Random Impulse and Radio, Feat JMME. These Dreams are probably my actually favorite. You won't be able to see that, but I really love those. But if I had to pick one, it would be from Songs I Wrote with Amy, and I think it's Cold Coffee. Anyways, next, and then I really like Fall Out Boy, like their old stuff, like Folly Ado is like my favorite album in the world. I love that album. I need to go back to where it was. Also 21 Pilots, their new album, Blurry Face, I bought it like traveling to California, and then I just listened through that whole trip. And now like hearing any of the songs like makes me remember the trip, and I think that's really good to like associate an album with an adventure. Next question. Potato. Ask Mikayla.Snow, how many peppers did Peter Piper pick? I think like about 7.5. Ask Mikayla.Snow, why are you so perfect? I'm not perfect, you are perfect. Oh no, I probably just got my list. What is your favorite thing to do in summer? Hashtag Ask Mikayla.Snow. And I love you too. My favorite thing to do in summer has to be work. I just gotta love that working. It's just something that I know I'm good at and I know I can do, and it's easy for me to do, and it's productive, and it's something that, I mean, who else gets to run their own business all of the time? Not many people. And so that has to be my favorite. It was a bummer this year because we usually are set up at a car wash, but they're building a Chick-fil-A like right next to that car wash, and so demolition like wrecked everything. Like we were out like, I want to say at least a month. That was terrible. And then we did like a little stuff at the park, and so for the campers and stuff, and we were gone when I was gone in California, and so I'm sorry. Alrighty, next question. Have you been keeping in contact with Jake? You guys were so fun to watch. Kinda, I just saw him at Vidcon, but it was so nice to see him, and hopefully in the future I'll get to see him again. Do you ever watch other YouTube gamers a lot, or just Captainsparklez? Not really, I don't think. Well, back in the day, like in 2012, only like 3 years ago. Back in the day, I used to watch a lot of YouTuber gamers people. I don't know, I just had that kind of phase. And so like that was my whole subscription feed, just gamer this, gamer that. But now it's kind of all just been Jordan. Like I don't really, lucky for him, his content was good enough for me to stay. Yeah, I guess recently, I don't know, I should have gotten better at asking questions or answering questions before I did a Q&A. What are your favorite TV shows? I don't really get to watch TV that often. I'm usually stuck on YouTube. But one of my favorite TV shows since I was like a little girl is NCIS. I was like in love with Gabby. No, what is her name? Oh my god, I can't remember her name. What is her name? I was like obsessed with Abby. I love her. I was goth, I guess, for most of my younger ages. So I would always like dress up like her and like be crazy, and well, not crazy, I would just like goth was my thing, I guess. Which is funny because looking back on like stuff years ago, I had like a black choker with like little studs on it and like the fishnet gloves and all this crazy stuff. So I was committed, and I guess I do see like some inspiration in that and like the way I dress today. I mean, like I'm wearing skulls on my ears. Other than that, like NCIS was like has always, I love criminal investigation and all that kind of stuff. When I was little, I wanted to major in that so much, like I wanted to be a forensic scientist, but I mean, I don't think I could handle all the crazy stuff that they go through. What I really love about it is that it's not like your typical horror story where they like make a dumb decision and like everything crumbles down. It's like based on things that could actually happen in real life. I think that gives just like so much more terror to it and just like pure like horror, and I don't know. I've always loved shows like that, like NCIS and CSI, all of the shows like NCIS Los Angeles and all the other ones. So those would be my favorite shows, but recently I've really gotten into Once Upon a Time. I probably talked about this in my monthly favorites a while ago, but I remember seeing it like on TV and thinking like, oh, that's so cheesy and corny, like Disney shows, or are they Disney shows? Princess and just like princesses and stuff running around, like that's probably just weird. But then I remember one day on Netflix I had watched one and I decided to watch it, and then what do you know, I'm down 3 seasons, and so I got obsessed with that one pretty quick. And also Hook and Emma is like #1 bait, OTP for life. I love them. Anyways, so NCIS and Once Upon a Time would have to be my like all-time favorites. Next question. How do you edit your videos? I shoot on a Nikon D5300 for like these sit-down videos where I'm just like talking to a camera. And then other times, for most of all of the footage that I shot for Vidcon in California was shot on an iPhone 6s Plus. No, not an 6s. An iPhone 6 Plus, and because that camera is just like amazing, like dang-a-rang. And my GoPro Hero 4, and that's really it. I also have a Nikon J that I don't really get to use anymore, just because GoPro and phone's easier. And then to edit, I just use iMovie on my laptop because it came free, and free is always good. What was the most stressful thing about VidCon? VidCon was great. I got really tired and emotional a couple times just because like everything just weighs down and it's just like I'm emotional. So I did kind of have a little breakdown, if you want to call it that, just because like when I was meeting Nessie and Dodie a little bit, I like cried, and I'm like, I never cry for these things, like what's going on? I just felt so safe and like, so I don't know, and everything just like came pouring out of my eyeballs, and I was like, I'm sorry, it's not you, I love you, don't worry. So that happened. That doesn't even sound right, like anyways, so that. And also, if you guys would like to see more Q&As in the future, look out for them. I might sometimes put something in the comments section like, hey, I'm going to be doing a Q&A, like, comment now. But that won't come for a little while just because I just posted one now. So maybe like a couple videos in the future, I will definitely want to do another Q&A because this was so fun getting to share stories and stuff with you guys. Also, I might even do one on Twitter and Instagram, so check out those. Instagram, I'm at Mikayla.Snow. And on And anytime you want to ask me a question, you could just always tweet it out with hashtag #AskMikayla.Snow, because then eventually I'll find it and put it in the video. Just hashtag #AskMikayla.Snow anywhere, and then I'll know to save it for a video and not just like answer it straight out in the comments. Anyway guys, I hope you have an absolutely amazing day, and I'll see you later. Also, I know I'm gonna get a question about this, maybe, I guess. So this sun right here, so we were just doing this event in Santa Fe called Girls Inc. and it's kind of like an organization to help girls be like strong, bold, and smart, and all of these wonderful things. And so it's also like an arts and crafts show to raise money and stuff. And then we were just vending there, selling shave ice and agua frescas, also to raise money for the thing and stuff. And then so the guy in front, right across the street from us, or like the path, right across the path from us, he was doing these amazing, amazing metal artworks, like blowing my mind, amazing. So I'll zoom in on this little guy. So he is a sun, and he is made out of copper and brass, but he is an original art piece. I don't know why I've named it a boy, but it's just a boy. If you'd like to give it a real name, comment down below what you think we should call him. How he like made it is, so all the different colors here are just melted down copper at different temperatures, so they'll change to be something different. The only downside to this piece of art is that the flames coming off of the sun have like a little pokey on, like at the tip, and so like it's dangerous. I won't keep it up behind my bed because I'll be scared it'll come crashing down on my face at night, and no one wants that. But I'll be sure to have it in the background of my videos because it's a beautiful investment, and it's just so beautiful. Another one of our employees got this little lizard toad thing that had like this kind of on his back, and it was so cool. If you'd like to check them out, I think they're Amigo Ironworks, I think is what they're called. Yeah, they were super sweet, nice neighbors, and it's always good to have nice neighbors working at events. We've done a couple events in the past where our neighbors weren't too nice, but this year was a lot better, and I don't know, side note, okay, bye! Anyways, so that wraps up this Q&A. If you enjoyed, please remember to give this video a like and subscribe. I hope you have an absolutely amazing day, and I'll see you later!
Your captain would just not.
Hey everyone, my name is Mikayla.Snow, and today I'm gonna do it. Just like to ask, just like, I always, thank you for, I guess, do you, actually, I think, so this, I love her, Jake, I'm coming for Vanessa. I love Vanessa so much, she was so sweet. But another thing that I love about that is it isn't like your typical horror story of just like, oh, this girl does make a stupid decision and decisions, it isn't, what? I just spit. I don't know what that means. It sounds terrible. I don't know where to start. Oh my gosh. And like ages ago.